higher placing and a lower placing, let alone the title. So, I mean, it just comes down to what is the judge's feedback, what did she get, and then applying that appropriately. So,
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. A lot of these competitors like to get judges' feedback. I think the head judges was Sandy Williamson. I think Steve Weinberg was there. I think Tyler, uh, Tariq. Those are the guys are who usually do a lot of the top level shows, like New York Pro or the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. They're the judges that really give that they really really I would say have a lot of sway with the competitors. We just got a man just pop up here, my man KLA the Wanderer. He just came through.
Hey, what's
Welcome,
going
bro.
on?
Hey, welcome,
Hey, how you
brother.
doing?
All
hey
right.
Clay.
How
Yeah,
y'all
it's,
doing?
it's KL. Actually, over the weekend, KL watched another show. Our dear friend, Nicole Strauss, just made her OCB debut, and in figure, and he watched it. I watched it too. He posted on his IG. You want to check it out? Go to Mr. Because on IG. So, what you have I know I've been in contact with
I
Nicole.
posted it on Mr. NUGBA, the other one.
Oh, the other one. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I'll check it out. But yeah, Nicole looked really good.
Yeah. What you was gonna ask me?
Yeah, I want to ask you, what did you get to see any? I know you didn't watch the Olympia, but did you see any clips and stuff on social media?
Yeah, I mean it was flooded with all of the Olympia stuff. Dave, you a little bit, hardcore bodybuilding. Yeah, it's just flooded with pictures of the Olympia. It's nothing that I probably haven't seen, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But what your take of it? You have any favorites?
Mm, not that I can recall. I mean, it, and really nobody stood out for me to me like that. Like to be honest, I just was looking at it, the live that you did. It was interesting. I mean, it was interesting where Natalia Cuejo she got she won the she won the women's physique.
Oh, Dr. Natalia. Oh my goodness! Out of all the people I met at the Olympia, she was easily the best one. One of my favorites.
Yeah, I know my man Alex a while back got a photographer from the doctor. He was so excited about it. I know he's proud of it. But yeah, it was a good show, good lineup, a lot of competitors, and like I said, again, I gotta give shout to Alex. He was there having fun, a good time. I'm gonna pull up his IG and show you some stuff. He was there. He got to meet some ladies, some legends in the sport. Right here, he's with Mirza Monos, who used to compete back in the day. She's also from France. She's one of the many number of French female bodybuilders that competed good bout of the 2090s. Here he is with Angela Yo. Or say, I mean, brother, how'd you get up with Yo? Yo.
Alex looked like he could be a bodybuilder a little bit. Like he
No,
could be
no,
doing men's
no,
classic or
I'm
something.
not. I don't have the
Like,
genetics.
yeah, I mean, you got potential, brother. Like I see, I don't know. It's up to
No, I'm
you, but
fine. Art's always been my passion. I've just art's always been my thing.
there's plenty of artists that do bodybuilding. You just have to be committed to it. That's all.
Yeah, I say I
That's
did
what.
this one too. Yeah, here's his with Whitney Fertino. She can compete. She did compete a couple of shows this year, but didn't make the Olympia. Also, there he is with Tiny Tank herself, Marilyn Yee. I mean, Marilyn's been a
Yeah, she's
guest.
the pad. They were celebrating their birthdays, which honestly, I didn't honestly didn't know about.
Yeah, it was her birthday yesterday, and also it was a birthday the earlier last week with Patty Hansen. Also with Paula Ranta. You got
Yeah,
your
she's
arm
pretty
rounder
nice. She
too.
remembered me. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she appreciated me coming here to support sports to see. Yeah, she.
Yeah, Paula is
How do you
impressive.
go up to him, like to approach him?
I mean, I just asked. I know I was waiting in the lobby for David because I thought he was recording the show. I was just waiting. I watched the live stream while waiting. I some of the competitors were starting to come out, I just asked if I could take a picture. Like
Hey, hey,
Andre.
hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. What? Uh, uh, I told you, son. I love you I love you like a nephew. But what you doing with my girl?
I'm just, I just, I
Nah,
don't know.
nah,
I just wanted to ask.
nah. It's not
But
right.
but does it make sense to say that she's your girl if two other guys have had a picture with her and you haven't?
Hey, it does make sense. It does make sense.
I'm just
It
pointing
makes
out
sense in
facts
my
here.
mind.
I'm
It makes
just
sense
pointing
in
out
my
facts here.
mind.
Well, I mean,
It makes sense in my
Andre and
mind.
Angela, they were very busy. I mean, there was recently.
I mean, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it
Why
go. I'm gonna let it
you
go.
something else, yo?
And
Yeah,
that's also Natasha Marshall. I interviewed her a while back.
yeah,
She's a
I
freaking
actually,
competitor.
yeah, she was at. I didn't know she was compete. She did compete at champions year. I learned that she was Hunter's friend. She's Hunter's training friend.
Yeah. Also, here is with yeah, Alex.
Isabella,
Yeah,
yeah, I
I
spotted her. Yeah, she was.
yeah, I know. I turn my head too. If I know. I took a picture with her, and I'm trying not to look down. So,
She
But
knows who's just
I
looking
don't,
at her
I don't,
boobs,
hey, I
man.
don't.
Oh,
Hey, those things I
she
don't
knows.
even pay attention. I
She
never
gotta
pay
know.
attention to. I focus on their personality.
she has a big personality. Also, here is Zama Benta. Wow, brother, you just
Yeah,
keep
she was in
hitting it.
line for the pictures. I actually had a training. I actually got some training cards that got signed by a few of the ladies. Samba was one of them.
Yeah, that's great here. And also, who's this lady? I don't recognize her off.
Leocita. She's from Wellness. She was with Oksana and Armini's outside the entrance.
Oh, all right, cool. And here she is with Ashley Jones. That's she's a great lady. I think she's an amazing person. I appreciate her taking time out and giving me a shout out. Also, that's that's O'Hearn,
Mark
Mike
O'Hara.
O'Hearn. Wow, where is
Yeah,
love?
he was in that movie on Magazine Dreams. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's yeah. He was in that.
He was at the Time Medical Center. I was since I was familiar with some of the people there. I thought they told me I should meet him, and why not? But man, oh man, the line was fair. He took his long time, and nothing against him. It was just it was long.
yeah. He'd go with Angela again earlier, and also he's with Hunter Henderson. She did pretty good. She got in the top
She
10.
got better. Yeah, she's.
Yeah. Here's also again. Hey yo. I,
You're not even touching her. You flipping out.
yeah,
You're not
he
even
just
touching her.
he's
You're
around
not
her.
even touching
I
her.
was
You
trying.
flipping out.
I was trying to get you a shout out. I did mention you, George. I did mention it to her.
Thank you.
But I
Thank
also
you.
tried to, I wanted her and Angela. I give them shouts to Michaela because they were very good friends. So she appreciated.
Yeah, I know it's in my mind. Yeah. Also, here's with the former Women's Physique champ, Sarah Vilgus. You know. Also, here is with Chelsea. That's his buddy Chelsea. You know, and here is with the current champion, Natalia Cuejo.
Easily the best. Easily one of my favorites. I wish you would have talked to her, George. She is very, very sweet. She mentioned you too.
Oh well, thank her. I really thank her. And
Yeah,
also, with the two,
she understands how you feel
Oh,
about.
that's dope. I like that. That's dope.
these
Corey
with
Everson
between
and Beth Francis. Wow,
these
that's
are
Yeah,
cool.
I was surprised she was there. I wanted to meet her so bad. They were she, Linda Murray, they were doing a talk, doing an interview.
and
She
that
even
is
signed my
two.
poster.
These are two legends, six-time Miss Olympia champion, and the woman who changed
Yeah,
the sport
that's
of
dope.
bodybuilding. I mean, these ladies. I've been a fan of these ladies back in the day. Alex, you know what? I mean, you really, brother, you did good here. I mean, here he is with Lola Montez.
Yeah, I met
I
her.
was
I met her back in 2023. I was waiting for my Uber ride home at a Florida. She was doing a photo shoot. She was as she was walking by. I said, "Oh, congratulations! Oh, thank you." And while I was still waiting, she came back, and we chatted and we took a picture together. And when I met her, she at first she didn't recognize me, but like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Here's
There's
this
yeah,
Nadia
her first time meeting
Capasoto.
Nadia. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
I
nice.
mean,
She gave me a shirt. She gave me a shirt.
oh, that's cool. And also again with Chelsea,
My
that's his
buddy, yeah,
girl,
my buddy
your buddy,
Chelsea, yeah.
your buddy Chelsea, with her man too. I know.
Matt,
Say, hey,
yeah, I
hey,
wanted
hey.
to include him because I didn't want to take him the wrong way. He's a
Yeah,
good dude,
yeah,
guy.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. He's a big dude. And also here is with Salika
Oh, she
Givens.
is such a sweetheart, Salika. I met her while I was waiting in line outside. She was coming to the inside the booth, and I was like, oh, she was happy. She was very happy that I came to support her.
And again with Angela. Wow, look, oh my God.
Angela looked amazing with that dress. She really looks. She's a woman with style.
Yes, and she has a crazy. Oh wow. I'm like I said, I'm a fan of Angela. I think she's a beautiful body, beautiful personality about her. We talked before a little bit on social media. Also, here is with
Yeah,
Martina
Martina was very
Lopez.
nice. Yeah,
Okay.
she speaks English pretty. She speaks pretty decent English, pretty good. She's pretty.
What you say something, Kale? Because I know you had an interaction with her a while back.
No comment. No comment.
What, did
No
something
comment.
bad happen?
It's just he don't want to get into it, so we're not going to go into it. Also with Natalia Kobaleva.
Yeah, I know. As you may remember, I
Wow.
had a bit of a. Can we just talk about it for a moment because I know I have to address it because as you may remember, I overreacted the last time I mentioned her, and I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of nervous of seeing her again, and well, I wanted her to sign because well, two things actually. I had a training card of her in the mail, and well, since she's in the lineup, I wanted to sign her name, and I was sure. Oh my God, I hope she's still not mad at me. But when I did see her talking to guests and taking photos with her. I just was like, you know what, let me give it a try, and she was fine. She didn't mind me being here. She appreciated me coming here, and we just yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I'm gonna move
As
on
I'm
a bit.
still blocked, but you know what? I think I still respect her, so I don't hate her. Let me. Oh yeah, that's my Alcione. Oh yeah, my amiga. I met her back at the expo in 2023. Yeah.
That's really cool. And again, here with
Oh Hunter, yeah, Hunter
Hunter.
liked it too. Yeah, she really liked it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got to meet her mother.
yeah, that's nice. And also here with
Yeah, Melissa and Raphael. Yeah, got.
that's her husband. And also here with Nana Silva. Nana's beautiful. I think she's attractive. I mean, wow, she has that. I don't know, but I've been in contact with her, but she doesn't speak English, so sometimes you have to use Google
Yeah,
Translation.
she couldn't. Yeah, I know she couldn't. Yeah, as I expected, she couldn't speak English, but she kind of understand what I was coming from.
Yeah,
Is
and
she
here she
Spanish?
is.
Where's she from?
Yeah, I met
Braz-
Sarah. Yeah, I met Sarah.
Sarah Quill. She's from Brazil.
Oh, okay.
And there is Brittany Herrera, aka Brittany Flex. She did pretty
Yeah, I
good.
really like those shades she was wearing. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. And also here with Elena
Yeah, I actually met
Romero.
her. I took a photo with her back at Tampa last year. She remembered me.
Yeah. And also, who's that?
Margarita, Margarita Amazon. She was a bodybuilder. I actually
Oh
met her
yeah,
back
yeah.
at
She
the
had,
expo.
Margita
yeah,
Semilova.
yeah.
Yeah.
She hadn't competed in quite some time. I think after one of her friend Alina passed away, and we had she. I think she stopped competing after that.
Yeah, yeah, I showed her the picture. She was like, "Oh, I remember you." So we took a photo.
Yeah, she had an amazing body. And again, with Sarah Vilgas, you know, with Sarah, I don't. Her condition was a bit off this time, but she looked really good. I mean, you know, I think one thing Sarah needs to do is like she needs a better posing coach. I don't know who's doing her posing. She's spamming the same kind of that same pose she does about every show. She needs something new. Also, here she is with Amanda and her boyfriend Dom.
Yeah, this is yeah. Dom was yeah. I got to finally meet Dom. I said, hey, I got heard for good things about you. I was even record. There was even a video where there was even recorded of me shaking his hand. I don't know where. I think it was somewhere from one account. I think Eunice sent it to me. I don't remember which was from, but it was there. I was surprised. There's even
And here,
recorded of me of Tiana Flex citing my.
yeah, and here is with Carla Cruz. This is her quads are crazy. Wow, I mean,
Yeah, I got her. I managed to see her later on Saturday at the expo. I got her autograph. She did again. She didn't speak much English, but she signed it.
yeah, that's pretty cool because she's from Mexico. I mean, son, you did it. You really enjoyed yourself. Me and you just gave him some advice. Get rid of the mask, and that helped you out because sometimes these people are kind of funny about people when something like that. But they saw your face. You came up to them. You were very, cordial, and they were very nice.
Yeah, it's just that I have nothing against taking my mask off. It's just, first off, I am vaccinated. It's just that I'm just a cautious person because never know what might happen. I wear it in I wore my mask in public places because I know there are people out there that don't believe in vaccinations and variants eh, mutate. And I was, they have a creative vaccination, so there was a reason. But for once, I want like Eunice, I had to take. I just like my mom. I had I had to do it, and honestly, it felt fine. It felt fine. I haven't felt like wearing a mask in a wearing a mask in a public place in such a long time.
That's pretty good. You like I said, you open yourself out to the world, and that's what you know you need to do for yourself. Especially, there's a lot of things in this sport that can be very, especially when dealing with some of these competitors. There's a lot of stress to it, and sometimes they like to feel comfortable when they meet somebody. Especially
Yeah,
if you're
interacting
someone who's a
with them
fan.
is can be tricky. I mean, I wasn't. I try to communicate them. Like I said, Andre is a very busy person.
Yeah. Well, one of these days, I will. My dream would be to have her on. Back to the show as we go. As you know, now we have a new physique champion, and that is Natalia, or
Oh
Doctor
yeah,
Natalia
Natalia. She really took me by
Cuejo.
surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was really close because it's kind of with me. I'm kind of indifferent about it. Like I said, I'm not a big fan. By
And
she hasn't.
she respects that. Just to let you know, she mentioned you and she respects your opinion.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But now she's champion again. One thing she needs to do is don't do any shows. Focus on the Olympia because I know you want to be active. You want people to see you, but sometimes when you're trying to do these shows on the side, like doing Pittsburgh, doing New York, she might do Atlanta Coast like she usually did last year. Now you're back in the seat again. Focus on the big show. I mean, like with Andrea when she does the Rising Phoenix because she was contracted most of the time. But now since the Rising Phoenix is now a more of a Olympic qualifier now, maybe she's not gonna do it anymore. I don't know. But if you don't want Sarah to take the title back again, focus on this show. You have a whole year to get ready. You can do all the stuff you want to do, but I would say avoid competitions.
I say compete as many shows as she wants to and hope she kicks ass in every one.
Well, there's some women tell me she wish she didn't. But it was. I mean, it was a game. I would say it was really close. I want to shout out also, Sarah Vilgas. She usually comes in pretty good condition. You know, it was really, to me, it was kind of close. Wherever Natalia did, she maybe a little more fullness, maybe a little bit more conditioned over Sarah. These two ladies, even though have this kind of mongoose, kind of cobra rivalry, they still are respectful of each other. And the line was pretty impressive. I mean, I was kind of rooting for honestly. I would honestly love to see um Shranka Hitton get into the top, to win because I think honestly, I think she fits the criteria of women's physique. She looks more because we talk about this how the vision is getting away from the look that it's supposed to be, very more athletic, not so much like women's bodybuilding. But now you look at women right now, like I was like some ladies who I thought might crack the top 10 was Amanda Machado and also Yulia from Russia. I thought they would crack the top 10, but they didn't. I think Amanda was 11. I think Yulia was 13. But again, Sharonica, I'm a fan of hers. Again, I met her when I was at Tampa, talked to her a bit. I mean, to me, she's,
Please use your second.
I would say, she's been multi-time Olympia. I say she fits the criteria of women's physique.
She does. I was sad to see her drop from what was it, third to fifth. I was
Yeah.
hoping that she would. I was hoping that she would stay, in the top three. So now she has to requalify too. But I don't think she has any problem. I don't think she's going to have any problem doing that because even prior to coming back, she was a four-time Olympian anyway. So
Mhm.
I think that's I don't as long as she comes back. Now I'm trying to remember what was the qualifying show for her. Was it New York this year or what was it?
Well, it was the last year. It was New York that qualified her,
Okay.
and because we hit the top three, you don't have to do any other shows. But she did do New York again, and she did Pittsburgh.
Which was the one that qualified her? Which one did she get? I'm trying to remember.
Well, you remember it's back in 2024. She got qualified in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, remember when you top three, you come back. You don't
Right.
need to do
Right.
any shows. But she just did Pittsburgh and New York for the just for the hell of it, like to be active.
Mm-hmm.
But as an example, maybe should have just stepped back and focused on the big show. You got your spot. You know, I don't say you want to be competitive, but here's the thing is, we're gonna go to here and there do a competition where the main show is Olympia. Again, I understand you want to be active, you want to be seen, but then that should be your focus because you never know. It could be the year you finally get into the top. You might even surpass either Natalia or even surpass Sarah. But like I said again, I'm gonna say she does fit the criteria.
She
The
does
judges,
very much.
yeah, the judges they just keep changing it up. You look at people like Megan Morrison, who looks more closer to women's bodybuilding than WPD. You look at a couple other ladies, like one lady who I follow. Be responsible with her. She's from Austria. That's Birgit. And she to me, I think, and I think somebody said it also. I think it was another um, site said that I think she's more maybe that's a difference. Wait a minute. It's supposed to be another. She must have another page. It's not her main page, but I think she's more women's bodybuilder. I mean, when she was at Pittsburgh, she was in the top five, and then I think she did New York, and then she won qualification at the Imperial. But I feel like when I look at her, this is a picture where I think with a trainer and some other guy. I look at her, I see more women's bodybuilding than I do with WPD.
Yeah, she looked like the woman's
Hey,
body. But
Yeah, I think she's like a little more size in the quads. Look at the lats. She's nearly got those muscle bellies. If you look at the shoulders, her condition. She is, compared to what you see. If you look at someone like Sarah and you look at Natalia, she's a lot bigger than them. And I mean, I think she was 11th. No, yeah, she was 11th. And here she is with David. Shout out to David. He was there hanging out. You know, Again, is like sometimes the judges will drop you down and then tell you, say, hey, like I remember this is where Jada told me when she and Mayla Ash competed a few years ago at Shreveport, and where they kind of didn't do as well, and the judges approached them and said, hey, maybe you should move up to women's bodybuilding.
I mean, it's a possibility. Yeah. I mean, I haven't met her, but maybe, yeah. I mean, it could work. We just have to wait and see. And I mean, as for Megan, maybe, I don't know. I think she should stick to physique for a while. I know I understand she's a very personal person. I can understand and I respect that. I
Yeah,
understand what
but
she's
like
been through,
again,
and I understand she got her like couple of hernia decks that, you know, and I mean, yes, I understand from what I've heard, she has the heavy set of a female bodybuilder, but still, it's up to her, not us.
mhm, that's true. It's like it's up to her. Wait a minute, I hate that. It is up to the competitors. But then again, as your body grows and develops in this sport, you train. A lot of these competitors love to train heavy. You know, I think her last show she was just like maybe just about the same weight as Andrea on the stage. You know, but she also has a great look to her,
And
very attractive. That's the thing that one thing I think probably help most definitely in women's bodybuilding division is we see more women who look like her. I think there's always that. People always making comments and snide remarks about how, hey, these ladies look like men, yeah, yeah, yeah. But she's like her and Andrea and several other ladies are very appealing ladies. She could do well. Maybe she was originally doing wellness before, and some of these ladies in wellness, they almost have like the lower half of a women's bodybuilder, but try to be like a little bit like a bikini, but just still have like it kind of balance between bikini, physique, and women's bodybuilding, but with a little figure because they wear high heels. Yeah, yeah. But again, shout out to another lady who, again, she did amazing. I am proud of her. She's been a guest on my channel, the lovely Mrs. Robin Mays. This woman, can you believe it? Is almost 60 years old. She's 59. And even though she kind of bottomed out, she still held her own. She competed against ladies who were some of them 10, 20 years younger than her. I mean, a couple of the girls in the WPD are old enough to be her daughter. She has a son, but she did really good. I mean, this is her first and probably, I hate to say, maybe her only Olympia. Maybe the right show and right time, she might get another chance. But you know, she's a great lady. Appreciate when last month she came through and she sat on our panel. We talked about her experience um, at the Masters Olympia in Japan. I mean, she'd love to go back there, but not in the summer.
And even if does end up being her only Olympia, she got to the Olympia. I mean, just the fact that she got on that stage, just the fact that you get on that stage, that you can call yourself for the rest of your career an Olympian, that's one of the highest honors you could possibly get as a competitive
Mhm.
bodybuilder. So even though she may not, as far as the placings go, every single one of the women who goes to the Olympia, I mean, they're the very best of the best, the elite, and no one can take that away from her. So, I mean, congratulations to her for even getting to the stage, because that means that you're one of the very best. And the fact that she's able to say that she is an Olympian at what was it, 59? I mean,
59.
that's incredible. That she was even able to get on that stage is a testament to just her discipline, her dedication, and just how hard she's worked.
Yeah, because it's tough. The dieting, the training, the consistency, the discipline you have to have, and also trying to hold a job. She's a mother, a grandmother, a wife. You know, just she's an amazing lady. I mean, like our dear friend Eunice. Eunice is 60. Even though she's not Olympian, I remember when she was at Tampa, I was proud of her when she won 55 plus. She was 59 then, just turned 60. This is why I think now you're seeing a lot of these women who are coming in from masters, and some of them bringing in great conditioning, great shape. Just celebrate birthday of a friend of mine, Melanie Horton. Melanie, she's just also touching 60. She's planning on maybe making a competition return maybe next year. Um, you know, it's just you got to give anybody who gets in this sport a lot of respect, especially for their age and their passion and their commitment to it. But going back to a competitor like I was talking earlier, Yulia from Russia, and I always thought she was gonna crack the top 10. I thought because she looks really good, amazing. I think I believe she was 12th or 13th. But again, I think this is the lady who I can possibly see in the future. I don't know if she, like again, will she do it or not? Go up to women's bodybuilding. She has a great look to her. Her back is crazy, her condition is crazy. I mean, you know, what would it take for her to move up to women's bodybuilding? If they feel like there's an opportunity for her there, but as you know, some ladies, as long as they win in their qualification in women's physique, they're not going to move. They're going to stick where they're at, where they feel comfortable.
Hmm.
Mhm. But I think she has that potential. Also, another lady who I thought might crack the top 10, Amanda Machado. Amanda, she's been competing for a long time. She's did quite a few shows. She got a qualification in Omaha this summer. She's helping and working with other competitors like Lavinia, Samantha Matheson, and also I think she did a video where she's working with Barbara Mojan. I think
Oh
working
my,
with.
yeah, I didn't post. It's not on my IG, but I did post a story. Barbara is amazing. She's a sweetheart. I was so happy I got to see her again at the Olympia. She's really good. She's definitely one of the best bodybuilders I've met this year.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And here she is working with Christina Mendoza. As you know, Christina has announced that she's going to move over to wellness. You know, I don't know.
And it,
Maybe I kind of see it. Look, just even though just a little quick clip, she has good detail in the back, good width. I mean, I think like some of the ladies who were in the top 10, like shout out to Yvonne Pennington, Sergeant Yvonne Pennington. I was surprised she was in the top 10. A couple other ladies who I surprised, like Paula Ranta. Paula, she's still young. I mean, she has time to grow. I think also, who else was the top 10? I'm trying to remember, but this is someone just 25 years old. And her her potential. This wasn't her first Olympia because she's been to Olympia before in figure, but her potential is possible. You know, maybe in a few more years, put on a little more size, you know, we can probably see her in women's bodybuilding. She did a bunch of shows this year. As you know, this is the list of her show wrap up. New York, she took third at the Ultimate Classic, fourth at Omaha, third Imperial, one Chicago, third at Tampa, second in Texas, and ninth in Olympia. So that's at least 7 to 8 shows she did this year, and at least of three of them, well, I would say back to back. And I mean, again, she's 25. That's the
yeah,
advantage
yeah,
of when
I mean, I think she'll be okay for physique for a while. Let's just we see how she feels. Like we can't just force them to change divisions.
we're not forcing them. We're just thinking of the possibilities. Right now her glutes are just crazy, like Michaela Aycock. How you ever saw Michaela just posing, showing her glutes? These are just look at them, look like she sliced cheese with them. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I don't think she has enough mass to be able to go to
mhm,
WPB. Just from what I've
yeah.
seen of her, I mean, she's got crazy definition. I mean, those videos where she's got those feathered quads of hers, I mean, is so impressive. But if she was going to move up to WBB, she'd have to put on a lot more mass
At
to be
least a good
competitive.
20.
To be competitive with the likes of Andrea, Ashley, Angela, she'd have to do that.
Yeah, at
So I
least
think she's exactly, just humble opinion, she's exactly where she needs to be. So
yeah, yeah. And it takes time to put on that much size and mass, and then sometimes not everybody is fit for it. It's just about how far you want to go. Anyway, I think we're going to dip into figure a little bit. As you know, uh, there was a little bit of fire going on between the former three-time your fitness champion and the I would say former three-time first runner-up. That's between Missy Trescott and Jessica Reyes Padilla, and it goes back to a situation where Jessica, she's been chomping at the heels a bit for a long time for a shot at the title. Now that Sid stepped away from it, you know, you know what, it changed it. It changed the whole format.